How you all doing? So, excuse me, we're 142 days in to Trump's presidency. Today is June 11th, 2025, and today is a really big, for me, and in terms of the numbers and the Great Awakening, a very significant, powerful, off-worldly, and gorgeously beautiful day. So it was 10 years ago to the day, on another part of this realm, the world, in America, so probably in a few hours time, hey Mel, that I met Ivanka Trump, and 10 years ago, so there's a lot of wonderful things that happened with that, and since then, I should say as well, so 142 days in for President Trump, that comes to John G. Trump, 142, comes to I am Nikola Tesla, 142, and it also comes to the number 42, and President Trump has made reference to number 42, the batter, number 42. He knows that that's an intrinsic number in terms of Tesla, the angle of the pyramids. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy talk about number 42 maybe being the answer to the universe. Angels, angles, break the dimensions, transverse the dimensions, if that's the right phrase. But yeah, 142. Angle of the pyramids, 138, Donald Trump, 138, Dome of the Rock, 138. So talking of the other Trump, well, there's many. Hey Diana. Also, I should give a shout out to the Turner family. I met them today, and serendipitously, so it was nice to meet you guys. Send us an email, buddy. You got my email here on the about page on my YouTube here. So yeah, it was lovely to meet you all, and yeah, I know it was Dad and Junior. I'm trying to remember now, slipped out of my head, but I remember William and Lee, and William kept saying Tom to the branches, and then they bumped into me today. So anyway, I'm giving you a shout out. It'll pop into my head as soon as we're finished, I'm sure. So, but send me, Daddy Turner, send me an email. Anyway, it's on the tip of my tongue. There's a colour to it. Anyway, but going back to Ivanka. So, the dear Ivanka. So yeah, June 11th, 2015. 5 days before her dad and Melania came down the escalators, I met the beautiful Ivanka, and her numbers are 146, Ivanka Trump 146, Truth Social 146, New Jerusalem 146, the Trumpet 146, the Universe 146. 46 is her middle name, which is Marie, which is Dove, which is Best, which is Body, and Aha Halo, the scalar device, is also 46. Girl 46, Best 46, Body 46, Dove 46, Marie 46. Yeah. So I met her serendipitously, and I can pinpoint from that point on is when I started to notice extra number patterns in the universe, and the first one coincided. My cousin Paul had passed away just 10 days before, 11 days actually, yeah, 11 days. And I felt he was communicating to me through, we'll call it the interstellar bookcase, the Tesseract 143, Paul Bushnell 143, Ground Zero 143, Trump Heaven 143. But then I met Ivanka on the 11th, 5 days before her dad and Melania came down the escalator, which she was involved in, if you remember that kind of opening press conference at Trump Tower. But I remember she walked past me, and it was kind of surreal because I've always thought from a distance she's lovely, which she is. She's gorgeous, and in all the gin joints in all the world, I walk past her or she walks past me, and everyone knows the picture. It's there on my profile, but it was kind of off-worldy when I met her, and I've met lots of people like that. I've met lots of people, like sports stars, movie stars, other folk. But I remember when I met Ivanka, it was kind of off-worldy, and I felt quite irreverent around her in her presence, just for those few seconds, really. So she walked past, I was in my suit, and she had a security guy, probably Secret Service, I guess, or close body protection, however you say it. And he had an earpiece in, quite a short guy. I think he was he Asian? Might have been an African guy. Can't remember, but he was quite short, quite stocky, not super stocky, but anyway, so he's walking. So she's gone past me. I think it's as we're crossing the road. So she's gone past me, and then I've gone past her, and I'm like, is that Ivanka? And then I've turned round and I've got level with him. He's got his earpiece in, so I, walk respectfully. She's about, I don't know, a few yards in front of him, and then I just say to him, I said, oh, is it okay? Something like, is Ivanka, is it okay to? And she just turns around and she goes, yes. So immediately she heard what was going on, and she immediately just said yes. And then I got the picture with her, he took it. Usually at that point, I'd have said thank you, and I'd have given, the lady a shake of the hand or a little kiss either side of the cheek. Hey, Justin. But I didn't do that. I kind of just felt a bit reverent around. I don't even know if I physically touched her. In the picture, it looks like we're not touching, but we're close. I may have shaken her. I can't remember. I don't think I know for definitely, because I made a conscious decision not to go and kind of kiss her either side. Whereas I've done that plenty of times with, famous women before and got pictures, and it's kind of normal, quite usual to that. So, but on this occasion with her, I didn't. I felt kind of just reverent, respectful of her. Not that it's disrespectful to go, if you've got rapport with someone, and a little peck on the cheek either side is fine. But if they're okay with that, and if you're okay with it. But I just felt like I didn't. It was like this kind of off-worldy reverence to her, if that makes sense. And then years later, I used the post, because I didn't know consciously that all this was going to happen with numbers. But then a day or two later, I went across to the Statue of Liberty on a ferry in the afternoon, and oh, someone's moving away now, so there's the light, and that's better. How's that? There you go. Still got my halo. And I met these people, and met this girl from Colombia actually, and the reason I knew she was from Colombia because her sister and her husband had these soccer shirts on, Falcao and Rodriguez. Well, they're the players I knew. I don't know if they had those names on the back, but they were Colombian soccer shirts. And I'd met Falcao, got a picture with him months before, and James Rodriguez was in the background. Interesting enough, today on the anniversary, it's a couple of days later, but I saw two people in town today near the beach, and they had Colombian football shirts. I hadn't noticed that for a while, but it was all kind of nice little winks about what was going on. Anyway, so this girl, she had the same date of birth as my cousin Paul, and he just passed away, so January 18th. And I met other people that had the same dates of birth and triggered those thoughts, and it was like, okay. So I started to feel that this whole communication was happening with my cousin, but it was like he was winking and saying hello, but I didn't understand the numbers. I didn't understand the alphanumeric relationship between the numbers and letters and words. That came like an avalanche of download of information in 2020. And and that was through Diana's Essence, listening to President Trump, and then I figured out independently what Q was, and JFK and Junior, etc. And then I found the Q posts after that. So that's really it in essence. And then yeah, I had a reading years later, and it was when I was in New York, actually, interesting enough, second time around, on September 11th, and these two women I was walking past an Irish pub in the evening, and these two women just jumped out of the background and like, hey Tom, there's been a reading about you on one of the channels, and they've said that you were married to Ivanka in a previous lifetime. I was like, oh wow, okay, I'll take that. And then I did my numbers on it. I looked what had been said on the video, and then I checked it out, and I figured it out instantly, because when I do the numbers, they just come straight away. And so June 11th, which was the day that I had met her, so I worked that out. Had to kind of, that was the piece. As soon as I really realised what day I'd met her, I might have even figured it out since then. I probably would have done, but I had to go and check it again, what day it was. So June 11th in numbers is 141, and 141 is Tom Bushnell, 141 is reincarnation, 141 is quantum leap, 141 is I believe no, the age of Aquarius, I believe, is no, is that right? No, the age of Aquarius is 140. So 141, it would be quantum leap, and yeah, quantum leap and reincarnation, Tom Bushnell. I think it's made in Manhattan. I'd have to check that out. That's either 141 or 140, which would be Tom Bushnell or Tom Numbers. Tom Numbers is 140. Tom Bushnell is 141. Anyway, and then I worked out the day of the year. So it was on a non-leap year, so it was a normal, quote unquote, normal year, and it was on the 162nd day of the year. And I knew Ivanka's numbers, and I was like, okay, so day is 30, baby. And if you add 162 days, so do day 30, 162, comes to 192, which comes to Ivanka Marie Trump. And then the picture behind us is me, there's Ivanka, and then there's a 55 on a building. That's called the Delmonico Plaza, which apparently used to be owned by President Trump. I don't know if it still is. My friend Barry Hearn, who I spoke to today, he told me that used to be one of Trump's buildings. So I guess that's what Ivanka was going into at the time that we departed, because she basically, we got the picture, then she crossed the road and then kind of disappeared. But I think she went into that building, or next to it. But it was probably that building, I guess, because it's quite fairly wide. And the interesting thing is, it looked different when I went and saw it years later, 5 years, 6 years later. But nevertheless, it was there. But Delmonico Plaza is 146, which is Ivanka Trump. So I had 3 instant proofs on it. So, hey, me and Ivanka, couple lifetimes ago, we'll take that for sure. But it's interesting that it was her meeting me in Manhattan. Manhattan's 92, numbers is 92. It was me meeting her that triggered all the whole thing with the numbers coinciding with Paul's passing. And then I had an incident in 2018 with Dodal Door, where I declared, as with the sound of a Trump, with some friends, and kind of surprised myself what I'd said, and they were surprised. Still didn't know really what I was saying then, but then in 2020 the corona hit, and it went from there. So it was like 2015, 2018, 2020, and then boom, now we're here in 2025. But it all started with Ivanka, and I was suggesting maybe to yesterday that perhaps if this goes for 13 years, to the best is yet to come, 228, maybe I get to meet up with Ivanka, and then I'd love to meet her before, but maybe it's on the cards that we coincide and meet again then. That'll be 13 years. It's already 10 years in, so I've met Eric since then, and Eric Trump plus Tom Bushnell, I think it is. Or Eric Trump and Tom Bushnell. Is it that, or is 88 miles per hour? Or Eric Trump and Tom Numbers. Might be Eric Trump and Tom Numbers. Might be that. I think is Eric Trump and Tom Numbers is 282, 88 miles per hour. And I had the 88 miles per hour t-shirt on when I met him. Coeur d'Alene a couple of years ago. Spoke to some people from Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, just a couple of nights ago. Anyway, there we go, folks. So it's an important day. So I don't know who's even in the chat. There doesn't seem to be too many. Anyway, God bless you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Another important day, 143. That's another important number. So lots of love, folks. Get your scalar, get your best. Oh, Halo 46. Anyway, you take care. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Namar. God bless. Bye.